Hello everyone, subscribe to my channel to not miss new trending manhwa.
Our story begins in 2017 in a coastal town introduced by a very distinctive cat. This ginger cat meows, observing students walking down a bustling street below. Two students notice a blue-haired boy walking alone, the cat leaping in the background. "That guy's weird," one student remarks, watching the blue-haired boy's retreating figure. The conversation shifts to an alleyway where others ask, "Him? Why?" It's revealed he's the new transfer student, but there's a catch: he doesn't talk. One student sips his drink, struggling to explain it goes beyond that. He clarifies the unsettling feeling. It feels like he's silent. The blue-haired boy walks on, an aura of profound, almost deeply silent mystery around him. Intrigued, his classmate presses, "What do you mean by that?" Suddenly, a white car screeches to a halt, narrowly missing pedestrians. The blue-haired boy stumbles, the driver inside shocked and angry. "Arg," the driver yells, having slammed on the brakes just in time. What the heck?" the driver shouts, utterly bewildered by the near miss. He leans out, fuming, "Hey, you bastard. Why did you suddenly walk in front?" The blue-haired boy turns, his expression unreadable as the driver asks, "Are you insane? Do you have a death wish?" Watching from the alley, one student asks, "Why is he suddenly being like that?" While another says, "Look at his leg." The distinctive ginger cat reappears, purring and rubbing against the blue-haired boy's leg. "What? So there was a cat?" an onlooker realizes as the driver continues to rage. "What's wrong with you, you punk?" The furious driver grabs the boy's shirt, accusing, "This student bastard. You're trying to commit insurance fraud, aren't you?" Wow, even in this situation, he doesn't say a single word. One student marvels, while his friend confirms, "I told you so." The student elaborates, "It's like he's got some disease that kills him if he talks. He just stays silent all the time." Suddenly, other students arrive, one shouting, "A juicy, wait a minute." As they rush towards the commotion, a concerned girl asks the blue-haired boy, "Ji-John, you alright? What happened?" The driver, still gripping Ji-John's shirt, insists, "This boy suddenly rushed in front of my car." It's an obvious tactic. The girl looks at Ji-John, then thoughtfully remarks, "It looks like he has his reason, but..." She then bows deeply to the driver, exclaiming, "First, we're really sorry. Can't you let him go this once?" Pleading earnestly, she continues, "Please, just this once, a juicy." Ji-John is not that type of kid. The driver, somewhat calmed, replies, "Well, since you're apologizing, just be careful next time." To which she thanks him. Observing from afar, one student notes, "Wow, in the end, Yenna stepped in and helped him solve it. She's the queen of class 5. The observing student now holds the ginger cat, asking playfully, "Right, kitty?" Suddenly, the cat transforms, its eyes glowing as it prepares a fierce attack. It lunges, claws unsheathed, viciously swiping at the startled student, who screams, "Heck! What was that?" the student exclaims, watching the cat land and flee. A new girl with striking dark hair and captivating eyes appears, drawn by the noise. She calmly approaches the alley, where the attacked student sits dazed on the ground, his friend looking on. The student, now with visible scratches and a bleeding eye, weakly waves, "Aryam, hi." Aryam offers a cool good morning, her expression distant and unconcerned. She walks past the injured boy without pause, her backpack sporting a small French flag. "What's with her? Such a cold aura," one student comments as his friend muses. "She's our class's Aryam, like class 5 has Yenna. Attractive, my foot. It feels like she's freaking ignoring you though." The injured student grumbles, his friend defending, "Aryam it's because she's shy." As Aryam walks off, her friend elaborates, "Should I say she doesn't talk much because she's an introvert in general?" Prompting, "Huh? She doesn't talk to? What? Then she's the same as that guy," the injured student remarks, infuriating his friend. "Don't compare her to such an ordinary guy, she's totally different, you punk." Aryam continues down the street as Ji-John walks towards her, his friend advising the injured boy, "Aigu, just wipe the blood off." Inside the bustling classroom, Ji-John sits alone at his desk, a quiet island amidst the chatter. Ji-John's thoughts drift to past mockery, shadowy figures whispering taunts around him. Suddenly, Ji-John's eye snaps open, a flicker of resolve in his gaze. Two girls approach his desk, one exclaiming with her phone, "Meditation time today as well." While her friend observes, "Oh, looks like a pictorial. It's been a month since you transferred here." The girl continues, "And you've been doing the same meditation routine every day. Wow." She proudly shows Ji-John a photo of him on her phone. "I snapped this to commemorate that. What do you think? If you don't like it, you can click the delete button." Ji-John finally speaks, telling her, "Don't hesitate to do that just because I helped you earlier." The girl smiles, "You gave me your permission. Thank you, Ji-John." Suddenly, the classroom door slides open with a forceful presence. Seo Taksu, class to 5's notorious bully, strides confidently into the room. All eyes in the classroom turn towards the imposing figure now entering. Taksu scans the room, his expression a mixture of arrogance and disdain. He approaches Yena, demanding, "Send me the picture through Katok," to which she nervously agrees. Without warning, Taksu's hand clamps down hard on Ji-John's shoulder. Leaning in menacingly, Taksu smirks. "The mood here looks good, huh?" He taunts Ji-John. "Why are there only girls sticking next to you? Even you look like a girl." Taksu grabs Ji-John's wrist, sneering, "You little boy, look at your wrist." He mocks Ji-John's hand. "It's totally a girl's hand, so smooth, I might fall for you." Ji-John's eyes narrow, a steely glint appearing in his gaze. Yena steps in, telling Taksu, "Stop it, won't you? It's not funny." Taksu dismisses her, patting Ji-John's head. "It's because he looks cute till he's cute." A tense silence hangs in the air, punctuated by the way. Taksu then confronts Yena. "I told you to come to karaoke yesterday. Why didn't you?" Yena retorts, clearly annoyed. "I said I was tired and going to bed early. Can't you understand?" Taksu's expression darkens. "No, you should have come. Your boyfriend called." He warns her, "Don't skip today." As Yena vaguely replies, "I'll see," looking at her phone. Taksu's crony pulls up a chair, making himself comfortable next to Ji-John. The bully Taksu leans back, kicking his feet up with an air of complete dominance. Meanwhile, history class drones on, the teacher's voice barely audible from outside. Later, during PE, students are engrossed in a lively game of foot volleyball. Ji-John sits on the sidelines, catching his breath, as another student complains about the exertion. Yena, also tired from the game, walks up the steps towards where Ji-John is resting. She sits beside Ji-John, fanning herself with a portable fan, remarking, "It's so hot." Yena then turns to Ji-John, noticing his stillness, and asks, "Aren't you hot?" Thoughtfully, she directs her mini fan towards him, offering, "Should I do this?" Yena smiles kindly at Ji-John. "It feels so refreshing, right?" As she cools him down. Yena playfully remarks to Ji-John, "Seriously, you really don't talk, huh?" Back on the court, a player calls for the ball as it arcs through the air. Taksu, looking irritated, watches as another player yells, "Pass it, leave it to me." The student unleashes a powerful kick, shouting, "I'll pass it across." The ball rockets directly towards Taksu's unsuspecting face. It smacks Taksu squarely on the head with a forceful impact. The kicker stammers in fear, Taksu. "Sorry, I was just passing the ball across." Taksu glares, smoothing his hair, and mutters, "My head got ruined." Surprisingly, Taksu laughs it off, clapping, "Don't worry, I wasn't paying attention." Continue the match. With renewed energy, the game is set to resume. "Great, let's start again." Taksu glares, his okay, dripping with menace as he eyes Ji-John and Yena. Meanwhile, Ji-John's simple lunch, a sandwich and a drink, rest on a nearby bench. He lies back, gazing at the sky, seemingly lost in thought during the break. Suddenly, a door elsewhere is violently kicked open, shattering the peace. The student who hit Taksu begs for mercy, a patch of his hair already shaved. "Please. I told you I was sorry." Taksu's hand menacingly holds up the buzzing electric shaver he used. "I said I'll give you a good haircut." Taksu sneers, his cronies laughing behind him. The terrified student backs away, pleading, "It wasn't on purpose." "Shut your mouth and come over here," Taksu commands, advancing with his gang. Taksu's chilling smirk appears as he threatens, "Do you need to taste blood first to come to your senses?" The terrified student trembles, letting out a pained UUGH. Taksu looms over the kneeling boy, shaver in hand. "That's right, you should have done it from the start." With a cruel smirk, Taksu glances back towards Ji-John, still resting on the bench. Suddenly, a crony grabs Ji-John's shoulder from behind, making Ji-John turn with a silent question. The crony recoils, shouting, "Shi. That scared me, what's with you?" As Taksu watches, Ji-John sits calmly on the bench, the exclamation Ji-John hanging in the air. Taksu and his other lackey now turn their full attention towards Ji-John. Taksu approaches Ji-John with a sneer. "What? Were you eating lunch by yourself here?" He then gestures with the shaver at the kneeling victim, taunting Ji-John, "That's fucking creepy." Taksu's eyes gleam menacingly. "I'm going to mimic a masterpiece, so you should watch it too." The electric shaver buzzes menacingly, ready for its next victim. Dark tufts of hair litter the ground as a crony cackles. "What an art. He looks much better." Taksu proudly presents the humiliated student to Ji-John. "Tada. What do you think?" The student stares blankly, his hair butchered into ridiculous, terror-inducing style. Ji-John remains impassive as a crony jeers, "Aren't you going to laugh? You can tolerate this." Taksu smirks at Ji-John, "You don't like my masterpiece, you're really picky." Ji-jong coolly retorts, the model is important for a masterpiece, the visual needs to support it. Taksu's eyes widen with a deranged glint, just like you. He thrusts the buzzing shaver towards Ji-jong's face. Shall I create a perfect masterpiece? Taksu leans in, shaver near Ji-jong's chin. You don't want this. Say it, and I won't. Taksu taunts Ji-jong. You're not gonna talk, huh? Then that means you're okay with it, right? With a sinister laugh, Taksu brings the shaver to Ji-jong's hair. Kekaki. I'll make it pretty. The buzzing shaver fills Ji-jong's vision, inches from his face, his eyes wide. Taksu's face darkens menacingly. Ji-jong, you should watch yourself. He presses the shaver to Ji-jong's head, issuing a final warning. Don't cross the line. Taksu surprisingly pulls back, deciding, this can't be done. If I mess with you wrongly, the girls will make a fuss. Taksu and his cronies turn to leave, one snickering as they walk away. The previously tormented student, his hair ruined, stares blankly towards an escape route. Ji-jong watches as the student kneels, surrounded by his shorn hair, looking at his phone. The student takes a devastating selfie, capturing his humiliating new haircut. The student glares at his phone. I need to leave evidence, vowing revenge for the botched haircut. He continues to stare at the screen, silently processing the humiliation. Turning to Ji-jong, he asks, why weren't you laughing? Honestly, I don't care if you do. Ji-jong listens with his usual impassive gaze, offering no immediate response. The student remarks, as expected, you're different from the other flippant guys. He walks away, adding, if it were me, I would have laughed. Thank you, Ji-jong. Suddenly, dark clouds gather, and rain begins to pour down over the school. Students scatter in surprise, exclaiming, why is it suddenly raining? As some share umbrellas. An overhead view shows the students navigating the sudden downpour across the schoolyard. Yena stands alone with an umbrella, watching the rain as other students rush by. Yena watches the downpour, her gaze intense under the shelter of her umbrella. Ji-jong walks alone through the pouring rain, seemingly unfazed by getting soaked. Spotting him, Yena calls out from behind, hey Ji-jong, as he moves through the crowd. Suddenly, Taksu's cronies appear, grabbing Ji-jong and stating, Taksu is asking you to meet with him. Follow us. Ji-jong is brought before Taksu, who sits like a king with his gang, including Yena, under a shelter. Taksu greets Ji-jong with a sneer, our popular guy is here. You're still handsome even after getting hit by the rain. Yena angrily interjects, you should stop it. Why did you bring Ji-jong here? Clearly distressed. Taksu, fiddling with a phone, coolly replies to Yena, why are you getting angry? I'm just trying to check something. He then tosses the phone onto the wet ground before Ji-jong, demanding, hey Ji-jong, did you see this? The phone screen reveals Ji-jong's face as the wallpaper, as Taksu questions, why is your face on Yena's home screen wallpaper? Ji-jong looks down, rain dripping from his hair. As Korean onomatopoeia awe hangs in the air, Taksu glares, I don't know if I'm being petty, but I just can't understand it. Yena frantically explains, I told you. It means nothing. I'm just using it because the mood looks good. Taksu's eye twitches, mood. You're telling me that was all? Yena turns to Ji-jong, pushing him gently. Ji-jong, quick, leave. This has got nothing to do with you. She looks at Ji-jong earnestly, rain on her face, hurry, and go. Let's see each other at school tomorrow. Taksu sneers at Yena. Do you know that all the bitches are siding with that bastard? They're even flirting with him openly. Yena whirls around, shouting, cut it out, you loser bastard. Stop crossing the line. Taksu viciously backhands Yena across the face, a violent blur of motion. A close-up shows Yena's lips split and bleeding from the brutal impact. Ji-jong watches, his back to us, as Yena crumples to the ground from the force of the blow. A close-up reveals Ji-jong's eye, wide with shock, a fleck of Yena's blood near it. Ji-jong's pupil constricts, a dangerous glint appearing as something within him snaps. Taksu looms over Yena, sneering, you fucking bitch. Who are you siding with in front of your own boyfriend? He turns to Ji-jong, a cruel smirk playing on his lips. Guess that bitch likes you, huh? Did you already know it? Yena remains on the wet ground as Taksu continues, how about you? Are you interested in her too? Honestly, Yena is pretty till though she's quite short-tempered. Taksu's face contorts into a deranged grin. If you tell me honestly, I'll give her to you. I'll let you date her, you punk. Ji-jong stares back, his expression unreadable in the rain, as Taksu presses. You were quite interested in her too, weren't you? Tell me. Yena, still on the ground, retorts weakly, someone who throws drinking parties with other girls and flaunts about it on SNS is my boyfriend. Taksu whirls back, enraged. I already apologized about that. Fuck. The Hyung set it up for me. How can I just skip it? Yena, tears in her eyes, declares to Taksu, you're not worthy of being my boyfriend. You're already out. Taksu explodes, screaming fuck. Shut the fuck up as he savagely strikes Yena. Ji-jeon's eyes widen in sheer horror, his expression frozen as he witnesses the brutal attack. Yena crumples, crying out in pain, while Ji-jeon stands ominously behind her, his demeanor shifting. Bloody but defiant, Yena glares. This is really the end for you. I was a crazy bitch for dating you. Taksu grabs Yena by her collar, raging, who gave you permission to end it? As she dares him to hit her more. He raises his fist again, yelling, let's settle this today. I'll beat your ass properly. Suddenly, Ji-jeon's arm shoots out, catching Taksu's fist midair just before it connects. Taksu whirls, stunned, demanding, fuck. What are you doing as Ji-jeon blocks his punch? Taksu's face twists in disbelief and fury as he sees Ji-jeon. Ji-jeon, resolute, wipes his face as Taksu sneers, don't tell me. You really were interested in her. Taksu furiously lunges, screaming, I gave you my advice, didn't I? I told you not to cross the line. A brutal punch connects squarely with Ji-jeon's jaw, a flash of violent impact. Ji-jeon stumbles backward from the force, blood splattering, as Taksu taunts. You're not even a match for me. Yena's voice cuts through the chaos, desperately pleading from the darkness. Come to your senses. Ji-jeon. A close-up on Ji-jeon's eye reveals a dangerous glint as the hard impact registers. His foot digs into the wet ground, bracing himself against the onslaught. Ji-jeon stands hunched, bloodied but still on his feet in the relentless rain. Taksu, incredulous that Ji-jeon withstood the hit, roars he'll stop holding back his power. Another powerful fist smashes into Ji-jeon's torso with devastating force. Ji-jeon endures the brutal hit, his eyes flaring with an unnatural red glow. Taksu recoils, stunned, what's with this bastard, as Ji-jeon glares intensely. Enraged, Taksu screams, just go die. You fucker, lunging with another punch. Ji-jeon, though battered, skillfully evades Taksu's incoming haymaker. Suddenly, Ji-jeon's fist connects with Taksu's jaw in a stunning counter. The impact is immense, Taksu's face contorting from the sheer force. Taksu is sent sprawling, crashing hard onto the rain-soaked pavement. His cronies stare in disbelief, one crying out, Taksu. Yena, still on the ground, looks up at Ji-jeon in utter shock, whispering his name. Taksu, spitting blood, struggles to comprehend, fuck, what is this? Ji-jeon unleashes a devastating kick, sending one of Taksu's cronies flying. The remaining cronies shout in fury, that bastard, he's asking for it. Ji-jeon grabs another by the hair, landing a vicious punch to his face. A crony in a camo shirt throws a wild punch, but Ji-jeon swiftly dodges. Ji-jeon counters with a brutal elbow strike to the camo shirt crony's ribs. Another crony, enraged, grabs a nearby metal pipe, yelling damn it. He swings the pipe menacingly towards Ji-jeon, who glares back with glowing red eyes. Ji-jeon ducks the pipe and retaliates with a powerful kick to the crony's chest. The crony with the pipe is sent sprawling, as another watches in stunned silence. The last standing crony stares, utterly speechless and terrified by Ji-jeon's onslaught. The last crony, battered on the ground, stares up in terror. Ji-jeon, what are you? Shit. Ji-jeon looms over him, an imposing figure in the rain, as the crony screams, who are you? Ji-jeon unleashes a devastating punch, smashing down onto the terrified crony. The crony's face contorts in agony, blood spraying from the brutal impact. A flurry of violent impacts rains down, showing Ji-jeon's relentless assault. Ji-jeon continues his savage beating, pinning the crony to the rain-soaked ground. Yena, horrified, grabs Ji-jeon's arm, desperately crying, stop it Ji-jeon. A sudden, dramatic flash of lightning cracks across the stormy sky. Ji-jeon, bloodied and hunched, finally pauses amidst the downpour, lightning illuminating his form. Close up on Ji-jeon's face, he pants heavily, his eyes returning to normal. A dazed look replacing the fury. Yena, bruised but relieved, looks up at Ji-jeon, her voice filled with concern. Ji-jeon, still reeling, clutches his bloodied shirt, the fight's intensity slowly fading. Without a word, Ji-jeon turns his back and begins to walk away into the relentless rain. One of Taksu's down cronies watches him go, muttering, that lunatic. Yena, still on the wet ground, stares after Ji-jeon, questioning, you just how on earth? As a thought appears, some kids could feel it. Ji-jeon walks further into the downpour, a caption revealing the thing hidden behind Ji-jeon's silence like a deep, heavy darkness. His figure recedes into the sheets of rain, becoming a solitary silhouette. The scene shifts, rain still falling, as a voice calls out from the past, hey Ji-jeon. A younger Yena, holding an umbrella, tells Ji-jeon, Taksu is calling for you. Follow me. A male student asks Yena, did you do something to make Taksu mad? He seemed really angry. The student warns Yena that Ji-jeon must beg Taksu for forgiveness to survive, as things look dire. Yena stands alone in the downpour, her expression etched with deep worry. She remains silent, her gaze fixed, contemplating the grave warning. Her hand tightens its grip on the umbrella, a sign of her rising anxiety. Suddenly, Yenna breaks into a run, splashing through the puddles on the wet street. She hurries through the relentless rain, determined to follow. Yenna cautiously peeks around a corner, the rain lashing down around her. Her eyes widen in utter shock at the scene unfolding before her. She sees Ji-John, eyes blazing red, landing a brutal punch on a much larger student, who screams in pain. A close-up reveals young Ji-John's bloodied face, one eye glowing with an intense, furious light. Young Ji-John, with one crimson eye, delivers a devastating overhead blow, blood erupting from the impact. Yenna, peeking from cover, gasps stop, as Ji-John single-handedly takes down multiple students. She stands paralyzed by the brutal display, rain pouring around her, the sounds of the fight echoing. Ji-John's sneakers splash through puddles as he walks away from the aftermath. His head hangs low, drenched by the downpour, the fight's intensity still clinging to him. Ji-John's hand grips a corner tightly, steadying himself as he tries to recover. He leans against the wall, bloodied and panting, the rain washing over his battered form. Suddenly, Ji-John senses a presence and turns to see Yenna watching him, umbrella in hand. Their eyes meet, his weary but sharp, hers wide with a storm of emotions. Yenna stares at Ji-John, her expression a mix of shock and dawning realization in the relentless rain. Yenna's hand clenches the umbrella handle, rain dripping around her. She offers the umbrella to Ji-John, their eyes meeting in the downpour. Ji-John turns his bruised face away, silently refusing her gesture. He walks past her, head bowed, disappearing into the relentless storm. Yenna watches Ji-John's solitary figure recede into the sheets of rain. Her expression is etched with worry as she stands alone under her umbrella. The scene shifts to a brighter day. The storm passed, showing the school building. In class, students wonder, Taksu and the boys aren't here today. Another student notices Ji-John's absence, asking, "Where did Ji-John go?" Yenna, now with a bandage, is questioned by a classmate, "Did something happen?" Yenna, sporting a bandage, thinks back to Ji-John with concern. Elsewhere, a student laments Taksu's sudden misfortune, recalling recent good times. He questions the unbelievable news. Taksu, now hospitalized. A tough-looking student demands an update on Taksu's condition. The informant reveals Taksu's face is fractured, requiring a lengthy hospital stay. A figure with authority, Kang Doyle, inquires how many of Taksu's crew were defeated. Kang Doyle, unimpressed, wonders who could overpower the physically strong Taksu. The student explains a mysterious, quiet transfer student named Ji-John was responsible. Kang Doyle scoffs, finding it utterly humiliating that fell to an unknown. Suddenly, another enforcer grabs the student, accusing him of cowardice during the fight. The student nervously denies, "It's not like that." Choked, he claims he didn't join because 5 against 1 seemed unfair. The enforcer slams him against the wall, shouting, "My ass." Kang Doyle, unimpressed, inquires about Ji-John's previous school. The student gasps that Ji-John's origins are unknown and he never speaks. Another punch lands as the enforcer yells, "You're so fucking useless." The enforcer demands a description. What does he look like? The student hesitates, thinking hard about how to describe Ji-John. He reluctantly admits Ji-John is handsome, model-like, and seemingly wealthy. As Ji-John's captivating eye is shown, the student adds, "He has this strange charisma." The enforcer slams the student. "You fall for him, you crazy bastard." Kang Doyle muses, a glint in his eye, a silent and secretive transfer student, Ji-John. He considers Ji-John's description, charismatic and a fighter, like a rare item. Kang Doyle clenches his fist with a determined look. "I want it, fuck." The scene shifts to the next day. A bright cityscape with a wind turbine. Students enter the school, ironically under a school without violence banner. A blue-haired student walks calmly through the school hallway by the lockers. Another student, with a bowl cut, peeks nervously from behind a locker. The blue-haired student stops at a locker, unaware he's being watched. Kang Doyle looms over the nervous student, ordering, "Look into his background." Kang Doyle leans in, his voice dripping with menace. "What? You don't want to." The terrified student stammers his agreement, then weeps alone. Wondering why he's doing this as a mysterious congratulations message appears. Ji-John, the blue-haired student, reaches for his locker, completely unaware of the scheme. His calm, blue eye reflects briefly as he opens the locker door. Inside, his locker is sparse, containing only slippers and a lone smartphone on the shelf. Suddenly, the phone in the locker begins to vibrate and light up, displaying the time. Ji-John looks down, his expression unreadable, noticing the unexpected device. He picks up the unfamiliar phone, its screen still glowing. The screen displays two messages, "Congratulations, and you've gained a free phone." A follow-up message explains, it's an old phone, but you can still use XTALK. A new message appears on the phone, we'll listen to any of your worries. Ji-John reads another message promising quick replies possible. He glances back towards the lockers, phone still in hand, a thoughtful look on his face. The spying student panics, what, did I get spotted? As Ji-John looks his way. Ji-John turns and walks away down the hall, still examining the mysterious phone. A purple-haired girl nearby watches Ji-John, then looks down at her own phone. Ji-John continues to scrutinize the gifted phone, his expression unreadable. The purple-haired girl blushes, a bead of sweat on her face as she stares at her screen. The nervous student peeks again, whispering, "What's he doing?" as Ji-John moves off. Ji-John casually places the unfamiliar phone on top of the lockers and walks away. Ji-John disappears down the hallway, leaving the phone behind. The spying student lunges, exclaiming, "The phone," as he dives for the abandoned device. He grabs it, noting, it's a really old model, not even locked. Suddenly, the purple-haired girl forcefully shoves him from the side. He crashes into the lockers with a cue, the phone flying from his grasp. The girl coolly picks up Ji-John's phone as he groans, "UGHH. What was that?" She turns to leave, ignoring his shouts, "Hey, stop right there." The flustered student fumes, that fucking. What the hell was that? He clutches his head in despair. Why are things so shitty these days? UGH. Nearby, the purple-haired girl, now holding blueprints and the phone, listens to a friend talk about a cute poodle. The purple-haired girl, Yena, listens as her friend laments her dad won't let her adopt a poodle. Her friend snaps, "Yena, are you listening to me? You're dazing out again." As Yena stammers a denial. "Liar, you were thinking about Ji-John again, right?" Her friend teases, and Yena blushes, denying it. Suddenly, her friend gasps, it's Ji-John, while Yena tells her to stop teasing. Yena's eyes widen in disbelief, a silent, hanging in the air. Indeed, Ji-John strides coolly down the hallway, hands casually in his pockets. A close-up reveals Ji-John's piercing, unreadable blue eye. Yena looks up, blueprints clutched to her chest, clearly surprised by his presence. Her eyes are wide and fixated, reflecting the light as she stares, captivated. Yena quickly hands the blueprints to her friend Yuri, calling out, "Hey, you," towards Ji-John. Yena sprints down the hall after Ji-John, as Yuri sighs, "Ji-John's the only one in your eyes, huh?" A quick transition shows a plain brick wall, momentarily obscuring the action. Through the classroom windows, Yena is seen still running towards Ji-John, who is stopped. Yena throws her arms around Ji-John in a sudden, tight embrace. Yuri and another nearby student gasp, completely stunned by Yena's bold move. Clinging to him, Yena cries, "Ji-John, I was really worried about you. Are you okay?" Her eyes well up with tears as she whispers, "You saved me, Ji-John." Ji-John looks down, his expression unchanged, simply replying, "Thanks." The spying student watches, muttering with clear envy, "Girls really like him for sure. Envious bastard." He quickly pulls out his phone, tapping furiously, "Write in my notes." The spying student jots down notes on Ji-John, "Late to school, girls like him, doesn't talk." Wondering if it's enough. The scene shifts to a wider view of the city by the river as evening approaches. Ji-John walks home alone, while other students discuss plans for PC bangs and hagwons. As Ji-John walks, a rough-looking guy on a yellow dirt bike eyes him from the side of the road. The biker, smoking, smirks. I can really tell in one look, he sure stands out. Another man on a scooter, wearing glasses, spots Ji-John with a surprised expression. The scooter rider accelerates, weaving through the street towards Ji-John. Ji-John continues walking, seemingly unaware as the two bikers close in from behind. Suddenly, Ji-John stops and turns, facing the approaching bikers with a calm demeanor. The two bikers pull up, flanking Ji-John on either side, one on the dirt bike, the other on the scooter. The scooter rider, glasses perched on his nose, asks, "Ji-John?" A close-up on Ji-John's unblinking blue eye as the man presses, "You're Ji-John, right?" Ji-John remains silent, his gaze steady and unwavering. The scooter rider smirks, "Keki, I guess I'm right, judging by how you still haven't said a word." "Get on," he orders, adding, "We came to pick you up." The dirt bike rider, a bat resting on his shoulder, chimes in, "Hey, have you heard of decent industrial heist King Doyle?" He boasts, "He's a legend who rose to top 3 in our school as soon as he became a second year." The biker then sneers, "Our school is on a different level compared to your Dadong High. A gathering place for losers. That King Doyle wants to meet you," he declares, "so hurry up and get on." He adds, almost mockingly, "Hey, don't be scared. You won't die. Since it's just an invitation for now." The biker shouts at Ji-John's back, "Are you deaf?" He said, "Get on." Suddenly, a hand lunges towards Ji-John's shoulder. The biker grabs Ji-John's backpack strap, yanking him slightly. The scooter rider snarls, "Such a stubborn fucker. Will you only get on after we break your legs?" Ji-Jong glances back, his expression cold, as they yell, "Get on while we're still being nice." With a swift move, Ji-Jong shrugs his backpack off his shoulder. He then calmly walks away, leaving the bikers stunned, one exclaiming, "This bastard." Ji-Jong lets his backpack fall to the ground as the bikers realize words aren't working. "Hey, grab him." One biker yells, while the other screams, "Fuck, you're dead." As they prepare to chase, Ji-Jong coolly turns into a narrow alleyway, seemingly unconcerned by their threats. The scooter skids, its rider vowing, "You. Once we catch you." He nearly crashes his scooter into the alley wall, cursing, "You are GH fuck." The dirt bike rider shoves past, yelling, "Get out the way, dumbass." Ji-Jong calmly ascends a flight of stairs as the dirt bike follows close behind. The biker expertly pops a wheelie, bouncing his dirt bike up the concrete steps. Ji-Jong stops at the top, his backpack discarded as the biker leaps up the stairs, shouting, "Stop right there." With a swift kick, Ji-Jong sends a nearby trash bag flying. A sharp sound effect emphasizes the sudden, forceful impact. The blue trash bag soars directly towards the airborne biker's face. It connects squarely, sending the biker reeling back with a powerful thud. The biker and his machine go flying backwards, his partner below watching in stunned disbelief. Ji-Jong then shoulder checks the charging scooter rider with brutal force. The scooter rider tumbles spectacularly down the concrete steps. His dirt bike follows, crashing hard at the bottom of the stairs with a loud bang. Dazed, the scooter rider yells, "G, get that bastard," as his accomplice checks on him. They scramble up the stairs in pursuit, shouting, "Fuck. Where did he go?" One spots Ji-Jong at the top of another flight, exclaiming, "There. Wait till we catch you, you fucker." They roar, faces contorted with rage. Ji-Jong vanishes again, leaving them cursing, "What's with the alleys here?" There. One shouts as Ji-Jong is seen sprinting down yet another set of stairs. One pursuer leaps down, shouting, "Gotcha, you bastard," as he grabs at Ji-Jong. He violently yanks Ji-Jong's shoulder, screaming, "You're dead." Ji-Jong, genuinely surprised, blurts out, "WH, what is IT?" The two bikers corner Ji-Jong, one demanding, "Huh, who the hell?" while the other fumes. "What about Ji-Jong? You GH. This is driving me nuts." The enraged biker throws a wild punch, yelling, "Why did you come out from there, fucker?" Ji-Jong now stands on a rooftop, looking down as the bikers and the spying student regroup below. One vowing, "Just wait till I get my hands on you." With hands in his pockets, Ji-Jong coolly surveys them from his elevated position. He glances back slightly, his expression unreadable against the urban backdrop. The scene briefly focuses on a tangled web of power lines against the dimming sky. Elsewhere, Kang Doyle sits unimpressed as his crew, including the spying student, look defeated. Doyle muttering, "To think he'd reject my invitation like this. You GH." The two bikers, exhausted and sweaty, complain, "That slippery bastard, we almost had him too." Kang Doyle's burly subordinate violently kicks one of the bikers, yelling, "Two of you couldn't even bring back one bastard." The down biker whimpers, "It's because he ran into a maze-like alleyway." As the subordinate shouts, "Excuses," Kang Doyle smirks, a dark glint in his eyes. "Cool, I'm starting to look forward to it even more." The subordinate turns to the spying student, "Oh, Seungmin, did you figure anything out about him?" Seungmin looks startled. Seungmin nervously holds up his phone, stammering, "I did look into him, but..." Kang Doyle takes the phone, reading the intel, "Late to school, most of the girls like him. Still doesn't talk." Doyle glares, his eye narrowed. "You call this looking into him?" The burly subordinate cracks his knuckles menacingly above a terrified Seungmin's head. Seungmin, now also looking defeated, joins the two bikers, thinking, "Damn it, why am I also?" The burly subordinate towers over the defeated trio, yelling, "You useless fucks, do it properly." Kang Doyle smirks, "Let them go, but you'll have to lead him to the back gate after school." Seungmin looks utterly terrified as Doyle presses, "You can do at least that much, right?" "Oh, Seungmin." Doyle then orders his subordinate, Desik, "You take charge and bring him here." He declares his intent, coolly stating, "I want to meet him for sure tomorrow." Desik fiercely accepts the mission, eyes blazing, "Leave it to me." A horrified Seungmin internally panics. "Why does it have to be me? I'm not even close to him." FUCK. The next day arrives, marked by someone cracking open a can of grape boong boong. A classmate spots Seungmin with 2 drinks, exclaiming, "Seungmin, how nice of you. You're buying a drink for me too." Seungmin snaps back, "Let go. Why would I buy you one?" As the classmate asks who the second drink is for, the classmate scoffs, "Cheapskate," as Seungmin clutches both drinks tightly. Unaware, Ji-jeon walks ahead, his back to the unfolding classroom drama. Seungmin spots his target, nervously calling out, "Hey, Ji-jeon, good morning." He offers a drink with forced cheer. "You're looking good today, Tild here. Drink this." Ji-jeon glances sideways, his expression skeptical of Seungmin's sudden friendliness. Seungmin quickly explains, "You must be misunderstanding. I'm not with Taksu's guys." He continues, "I just wanted to thank you and clear things up. It actually felt refreshing that day." With a wide grin, Seungmin confesses, seeing Taksu get beaten was like a huge relief. He eagerly pushes the drink forward again. "So here, let's drink together." Ji-jeon walks off, leaving a frustrated Seungmin muttering, "That stiff bastard." Seungmin sweats, realizing, this won't be easy. How do I get him to the back gate? Day 6 menacing face looms in his mind, warning, "DONT fuck up," causing Seungmin to groan. The school bell rings, signaling the end of classes or lunchtime. Students chatter about lunch, one exclaiming, "I'm so hungry," while Ji-jeon rests his head on his desk. An overhead view shows Ji-jeon alone at his desk as the classroom empties. Ji-jeon lifts his head, a focused expression now on his face. He stands up, and Seungmin cautiously watches him from the classroom doorway. Seungmin wonders, did he bring his own lunch? No wonder I didn't see him in the cafeteria. Ji-jeon walks out of a doorway, carrying a paper bag, presumably his lunch. He approaches an outdoor bench where his phone is already placed. Ji-jeon's phone rests on the wooden bench, screen dark. Suddenly, his phone buzzes, a message notification lighting up the screen. "Eating bread today, too." Elsewhere, a girl with striking pink eyes blushes, nervously clutching her own phone. Ji-jeon picks up his phone, his expression unreadable as he views the message. His thumb hovers, a silent, indicating his surprise at the incoming text. The messages reveal her motive. "I also eat by myself. I saw you on the rooftop, so I wanted to talk to you." He continues reading, the sender explaining she's seen him alone. Ji-jeon's gaze shifts slightly, a flicker of something in his usually stoic eyes. A new text pops up. "I'm on the opposite side though," as he stands by a large window. From across the way, a hand waves enthusiastically over a brick wall against the bright sky. Ji-jeon stares across, seeing the enthusiastic wave from the mysterious texter. Her texts reveal her shyness. "Sorry, it's still not easy for me to meet people. I heard that you don't talk at all." As Ji-jeon sits, she confesses through text, "Honestly, I'm also the same." Her next message simply reads, "You?" She then pointedly asks, "Why aren't you talking?" As Ji-jeon's eye reflects a hint of contemplation. Ji-jeon's thumb hovers over his phone screen, a silent, suggesting he's considering a reply. Suddenly, Seungmin bursts onto the scene, shouting, "Ji-jeon," startling him. Seungmin forces a wide, almost manic grin, exclaiming, "WOAH, what a coincidence. We meet again." "Huh." Holding up his own lunch, Seungmin says, "I came up here to eat some bread." "Were you eating alone here?" Seungmin eagerly suggests, "That's good. Let's eat together. You're all right with it, right?" As Ji-jeon remains silent, Seungmin awkwardly eats bread beside Ji-jeon, who sips his drink, seemingly unfazed. Across the way, the pink-eyed girl watches them, a silent, indicating her observation. Seungmin suddenly chokes on his bread, KUGH, as Ji-jeon glances over. Tears stream down Seungmin's face as he confesses, "Ji-jeon, actually I have no friends." He explains tearfully, "That's also why I got along with the Taksu boys. I didn't want to become an outsider." Seungmin then proposes, "Why don't we, as outsiders, be friends with each other?" Ji-jeon turns his head slightly, his expression unreadable, but perhaps thoughtful. Internally, Seungmin despairs, "Fuck, is IT not working?" I even squeezed out some tears. Ji-jeon abruptly stands up, startling a wide-eyed Seungmin who's still holding his bread. As Ji-jeon walks away, Seungmin cries out in dismay, "And no, my efforts." Desperate, Seungmin grabs Ji-jeon's arm, shouting his name. With a tear-streaked, pleading face, Seungmin asks, "We will be friends, right?" Seungmin sinks to his knees, still clinging to Ji-jeon's leg, refusing to let go. Ji-jeon yanks free, leaving Seungmin sprawled on the ground, muttering, "Fuck." His phone screen flashes with furious text from Desik demanding Ji-jeon's whereabouts. As class ends, Seungmin panics, Dasik's order to bring Ji-jeon to the back gate echoing in his mind. A spark of determination ignites. Seungmin thinks, "I know. I still have a chance." He clenches his fist, resolving, "First, I need to secure him," and sprints off. Racing through the emptying halls, Seungmin worries, "Don't tell me he's already going home." He skids to a halt, peering into an empty classroom, exclaiming, "Ah shit, there's nitrogen monoxide one inside." Seungmin exclaims, spotting Ji-jeon sitting alone by a sunlit window. Curtains gently swaying, Ji-jeon gazes pensively out the window, his blue hair catching the light. Peeking in, Seungmin mutters, "What's this? Why is he over there?" Shooting a commercial by himself, fearing Ji-jeon will leave alone. Seungmin's eyes widen in sudden, frantic realization. His phone flashes an aggressive text from Desik. "How long do I have to wait? You motherfucker." Seungmin stares at the threatening message, sweat beading on his forehead under immense pressure. He hesitantly calls out Ji-jeon, causing Ji-jeon to glance back slightly. Seungmin forces a wide grin. "You still haven't left," then concocts a lie. "Actually, I called my mom and told her I got a friend. She was really happy." He continues, "She told me to bring you over. She wants to meet you." Internally apologizing to his mom for the fabrication, Ji-jeon stands silently as Seungmin pleads, "Sorry, too much to ask? Still, can't you show your face to her for a moment?" Seungmin sweats, desperately insisting, "As a human, you can't refuse my mom's wish." Ji-jeon remains impassive, prompting Seungmin's internal cry. "Wow, are you even contemplating this cold punk?" Seungmin grabs Ji-jeon's arm, pleading, "Hey, just a moment is fine, aren't we friends?" Ji-jeon surprisingly relents with a simple "this way" as a purple-haired girl watches them pass. Seungmin leads Ji-jeon outside, explaining, "Going to the market through the back gate is faster. You know." Internally, Seungmin apologizes, "I'm sorry, Ji-jeon, if you're naive in this neighborhood, you can't survive." Seungmin's thought continues with a grim, "Struggle a little." While walking, Seungmin nervously glances back, sneakily texting as Ji-jeon looks ahead. His sent message flashes, currently passing by the back gate. Elsewhere, a sinister grin spreads across Dasik's face, illuminated by his phone receiving the text. Suddenly, the imposing figure of Desik blocks their path at the back gate. Ji-jeon turns, his calm demeanor shifting as Desik advances. Desik lunges, throwing a powerful, unexpected punch towards Ji-jeon. The impact sends Ji-jeon stumbling backward, his tie flying. Dasik's hand snatches Ji-jeon's backpack strap with a tight grip. He yanks Ji-jeon closer, taunting, "Aigu, you should be careful." Desik glares menacingly, "If you fall over easily like that, there's no worth in waiting for you." With a brutal shove, Desik sends Ji-jeon flying back as Seungmin shouts his name. Ji-jeon struggles to keep his footing, shocked by the sudden assault. Desik leans in, his face contorted in a sneer, "Nice to meet you, you bastard." Desik grips Ji-jeon's throat, sneering, "Your face is fine, but looks like your skills were exaggerated, huh?" Suddenly, Ji-jeon's sneaker aims for Dasik's jaw, catching the bully off guard. The kick connects, snapping Dasik's head back as Ji-jeon uses his leg to counter. Ji-jeon recoils from the impact, his body arcing backward, backpack flying off. Desik stumbles, thrown off balance by the unexpected force of Ji-jeon's defense. Ji-jeon lands nimbly on his feet, but his phone slips from his pocket. The phone clatters onto a nearby metal grate, vulnerable. Ji-jeon's eyes widen slightly, a silent, marking his reaction to the dropped phone. Enraged, Desik bellows, "Is that all?" and winds up for another devastating punch. Ji-jeon dodges as Dasik's fist slams down, narrowly missing the phone and sending debris flying. Ji-jeon decisively stomps, shattering his own phone on the grate. Desik snarls, "I'll end you on the next turn." He cracks his knuckles, preparing for another brutal assault. Ji-jeon stands resolute, an intense aura emanating from him. Desik mocks, "Think you can handle the weight difference with that weak body?" Ji-jeon coolly wipes his mouth, his eyes fixed on Desik. Peeking, a terrified Seungmin thinks, Sorry, Ji-jeon, Desik will end it quickly." Desik roars, "Try blocking this too." He charges forward, launching himself at Ji-jeon with full force. Ji-jeon is sent flying backward, caught off guard by the powerful blow. Mid-air, Ji-jeon instinctively grips his backpack strap tightly. He thrusts the bag forward, absorbing Dasik's brutal punch with a cloud of dust. The force sends Ji-jeon flying, books and papers scattering from his open backpack. Ji-jeon lands hard, skidding on the ground, still clutching the now damaged bag. Desik looms over him, sneering, "Ku, using your backpack to cushion the blow." Dasik's grin widens, "Aren't you smarter than you look?" Ji-jeon glares, then decisively rips his backpack further, contents spilling completely. Desik roars, "Things like that won't work anymore," as Ji-jeon swings the empty bag. Ji-jeon ducks low, using the swinging backpack to evade Dasik's next powerful charge. Ji-jeon's eyes narrow with intense focus, tracking Dasik's every move. Ji-jeon expertly loops the backpack strap around his own sneaker. He pulls the straps taut, his expression hardening with resolve. Dasik's eyes bulge in disbelief, a silent, marking his confusion. With a sharp tug, Ji-jeon uses the strap to send Desik sprawling. Desik bellows an enraged, unfinished curse as he tumbles backward. Ji-John leaps with fluid grace over his falling adversary. His sneaker hovers menacingly above Dae-Sik's upturned, dazed face. Ji-John brings his foot down hard, pinning Dae-Sik as the bully groans. Under Ji-John's sneaker, Dae-Sik seethes, this bastard. Dae-Sik's face contorts in pure fury, screaming, "Who are you trying to flex in front of?" Ji-John's foot slams down with immense, decisive force. The brutal stomp connects squarely with Dae-Sik's face, a sickening impact. Ji-John stands over the fallen Dae-Sik, dust and debris settling around them. Peeking, Seungmin gasps in disbelief. What, Ji-John, even Hwang Dae-Sik? Dae-Sik's head smacks hard against the unforgiving pavement. Dazed and bleeding, Dae-Sik groans, clearly in agony. Ji-John calmly turns his back, walking away from the defeated bully. Alone, intact phone lies on the ground nearby. Ji-John casually bends and grabs the phone from the pavement. Dae-Sik, pushing himself up, roars with defiance, "It's not over yet, Ji-John." Ji-John whirls, delivering a stunning kick to Dae-Sik's jaw. The impact sends the phone flying from Ji-John's grasp. Ji-John lands smoothly, his powerful kick still echoing. Dae-Sik, on the ground, snatches the airborne phone, sneering, "Cuckoo. Is this that important to you?" Dae-Sik's bloodied face twists with a malicious grin. "All I have to do is take you to Doyle," he declares, a hint of disappointment in his voice. Dae-Sik's thumb hovers over the phone screen, a plan forming. Suddenly, a scooter zips up, its driver looking nervous as Ji-John turns. Dae-Sik's voice echoes, "Come to Seatgill Park if you want this." Dae-Sik hops onto the speeding scooter, phone in hand, making his escape. Dae-Sik smirks, "Your welcome party is already prepared." Ji-John and Seungmin watch Dae-Sik speed off, phone held high. Seungmin rushes to Ji-John, frantically asking, "Ji-John, are you alright?" He anxiously checks Ji-John's face. "Are you not hurt anywhere?" Seungmin frets, "That was a close call, but they took your phone." His worry deepens, "They'll get all your private information. It might get really bad." Ji-John, resolute, tells Seungmin, "Hurry up and go to Seatgill Park." Seungmin, relieved, thinks, "I've done my duty. I'll just slip out now." Seungmin stares, startled, as Ji-John begins to walk off. Seungmin watches Ji-John depart, utterly bewildered. Seungmin kneels in disbelief, exclaiming, He's really going." Ji-John walks forward, his expression grim as Seungmin questions for a phone. Ji-John resolutely continues, his back to his stunned Seungmin. Ji-John's sneakers hit the wooden steps, ascending with purpose. He approaches a long staircase in Seatgill Park, to figures waiting at the summit. Ji-John nears the top, one of the figures casually smoking, looking down. He reaches the park entrance, another figure by the sign also smoking, watching him. Ji-John's gaze hardens, his jaw set with determination. From behind Ji-John, a group of intimidating figures now blocks his path. Two of Doyle's crew, one with pink hair and another masked, stared down at Ji-John. More of Doyle's crew, a tall imposing figure, and a shorter one with glasses, stand ready. Ji-John stands firm, his presence heavy as he faces the assembled group. In the park pavilion, Doyle sits centrally, flanked by his underlings awaiting Ji-John. Doyle smirks, a piercing glinting, "Fucking nice." He dangles Ji-John's phone. "You came for this, right?" Ji-John strides forward, undeterred by the surrounding enemies. Doyle mockingly inspects the phone. It doesn't seem like there's anything important. No numbers. No call records. Ji-John continues his steady approach as Doyle adds, "Only thing it has is a couple of texts." Doyle's eyes narrow, a sinister realization dawning. "Text from a girl who's been watching you." From above, Ji-John walks into the lion's den, Doyle taunting. "But seeing as how you really came here just to get this phone back." Ji-John extends his hand, his eyes fixed on Doyle, demanding the phone. Doyle, holding the phone just out of reach, taunts Ji-John, "Cuckoo. What is it?" Doyle's smirk widens. "Is she your girlfriend? Or just a fling?" Ji-John's face remains stoic as Doyle shouts, "Fuck. Now I'm all curious." Doyle's eye glints maliciously. "I sent her a text, since it was so frustrating to see." He grins. "I texted her something so that things will start moving." Elsewhere, a girl with a purple backpack pulls her phone from her pocket. She looks at her screen, a puzzled expression on her face. The phone displays a new message, "Hey." The text continues, "I'm fucking lonely right now. Wanna meet up?" The provocative message continues, "If you come to Seatgill Park." Her eye widens at the audacious follow-up, "You'll be my girlfriend starting today." Doyle repeats the crucial part of his lure, "If you come to Seatgill Park." He smirks, imagining her response to his bold demand, "You'll be my girlfriend starting today." Doyle, phone still in hand, taunts Ji-John, "If she comes here after seeing that message, it's certain that she likes you," he sneers, adding a chilling khaki. Doyle's malicious grin persists, "When she becomes your girlfriend later, You should treat me. Ji-John's hand stays outstretched, his focus solely on reclaiming his phone. You want this? Doyle dangles the phone, prolonging Ji-John's torment. A burly enforcer cracks his knuckles. My boys worked hard just to bring you here. Doyle smirks. That Toxu bastard. I expected him to get beaten up for his imprudence, but… Ji-John listens, his expression unreadable as Doyle continues. He was still my middle school classmate. Doyle leans back. You came here prepared to pay the price, right? Ji-John remains silent, his gaze fixed as Doyle chuckles. Kekiki, you really don't talk. Doyle dangles the phone. This thing, if you can hold onto it while fighting my guys, I'll give it back. Ji-John stands surrounded, Doyle explaining. As a transfer, you wouldn't know. The ranking fight here is fierce. Ji-John's eyes narrow as Doyle declares, the moment you mess with Toxu, you join the ranking fight. Doyle's eyes gleam with manic excitement. Let's see how skilled you are. The enforcer grins. Kekiki, this is the place of revenge, Ji-John. Suddenly, a brutal kick connects with Ji-John's head, sending him reeling. Ji-John glares, a shadow cast over his determined face. The enforcer snarls. You bastard. Catch this bastard, he yells, as his crew charges at a calm Ji-John. Ji-John swiftly blocks an incoming punch from the pink-haired thug. His fist clenches, ready to retaliate. Ji-John counters, landing a solid blow to the attacker's jaw. The pink-haired thug is stunned as Ji-John's cold gaze meets his. More goons swarm Ji-John, fists flying from multiple directions. A dangerous glint appears in Ji-John's focused eye. Ji-John explodes with a powerful defensive move, deflecting the onslaught. Ji-John takes a heavy blow, his body jolting from the impact. He's down, looking up as an attacker prepares another strike. A fist connects hard with Ji-John's face, the force rippling outwards. Ji-John lies vulnerable as a foot aims to stomp him. Doyle observes Ji-John absorbing multiple attacks, purely on the defensive. Doyle questions, why is he only defending? Is he not interested in the ranking fight? Another brutal punch lands squarely on Ji-John's already battered face. The enforcer notes, he isn't screaming even after getting beaten up. Is he risking his life for the silence? Doyle smirks, coo. I wonder what kind of voice will come out of someone with that appearance. Doyle yells to his crew, anyone who makes that guy scream, I'll give you the limited edition Jordan Nikic. Doyle's crew buzzes with excitement, are really awesome at the prize. An overhead shot shows Ji-John surrounded, enduring a flurry of kicks. A brutal impact sends shockwaves across Ji-John's face. Doyle screams, Ji-John, show your skills, prove to me that you're a rare item. The burly enforcer shoves his way through, yelling, move. He looms over Ji-John. Where did that wild spirit of yours go? Are you scared now? Ji-John's bloodied face looks up, defiance still in his eyes. Sprawled on the ground, Ji-John appears utterly beaten. Despite the pain, a flicker of resolve ignites in Ji-John's bruised face. Ji-John's hand tightens, gripping a rock from the dirt. A thug hovers over Ji-John, rock raised, vowing, I'll make this bastard scream. He sneers, I didn't like how you looked from the start. This will solve it. Suddenly, Doyle's foot slams down, crushing the thug's rock-wielding hand. Doyle glares, you want to die? That was so low of you as the thug stammers in fear. Doyle's hand tightens, grabbing Ji-John's tattered collar. He yanks Ji-John up, their faces inches apart, Ji-John's still bloodied. Doyle smirks, do you enjoy being beaten up? You want to hide something, don't you? Leaning closer, Doyle taunts, this will never end until you prove yourself. From behind a tree, a worried classmate watches. Poor Ji-John, he's totally knocked down. The classmate observes grimly. As expected, they're on a different level compared to Toxu's gang. The classmate notices a girl with a backpack walking towards Ji-John and Doyle's crew. Doyle, holding Ji-John, is interrupted by a message on a phone. Please let him go. Doyle glares sharply, annoyed by the sudden intervention. A girl stands alone, her face hidden in shadow, phone illuminating her plea. Doyle smirks at Ji-John. Perhaps you'll obtain your will to fight now. Your fling has come. Doyle taunts, as the girl remains with her face obscured. The main enforcer snaps hey at the girl, while Doyle simply says, okay. Doyle invites the girl, come closer, as she stands before the hostile crowd. Her fingers hover over her phone screen, typing a hesitant eye. Ji-John, still gripped by Doyle, looks over, his battered face showing a flicker of reaction. The main enforcer lunges, reaching for the girl. His hand violently snatches her wrist. What's this? You're pretty. The enforcer sneers, his face close to hers. He yanks her arm forcefully, making her wince in pain. Where are you trying to run? He growls, when you came here by yourself. The hidden classmate gasps, what? That's Aryam. Aryam, he whispers, his eyes wide with disbelief and fear. Aryam's sneaker drags as the enforcer pulls her forward. You should go see your boyfriend's face. Let's go. The enforcer taunts, glancing towards Ji-John. The classmate shrinks behind the tree, utterly terrified by the unfolding scene. Doyle stands over the hitting classmate and Ji-John, stating, I brought her here. Ji-John's blood-splattered face glares up, a dangerous new light in his eyes. Aryam's wide, pink eyes reflect deep worry and fear. A flashback reveals Aryam offering a stoic Ji-John an umbrella in a downpour. The memory shifts to Ji-John by a window, an ominous, dark form swirling in the foreground. In the flashback, a lone hand desperately reaches up from below a ledge. Back in the present, Aryam clutches her uniform, a red mark visible on her forearm. Ji-John's eyes narrow, a fierce, protective resolve hardening his gaze. Doyle's crew gawks and sneers. Wow, can't believe she really came. The main enforcer taunts Aryam, wanting to be his lover, then grinds his foot onto Ji-John's head. The enforcer explains to Aryam, he's someone that's quite frustrating. So we were educating him a little. You know, he sneers, as Aryam stares in horror. Aryam's hands tremble, still clutching her phone tightly. Her phone screen reveals a desperate, unfinished message. He's just a friend. Please let him G. Doyle, watching Aryam's silence, demands, What? Why is she not talking? He leans in, taunting Aryam, Hey, you fling. Tell me your name, but she remains quiet. Doyle's eyes widen with a cruel realization. What? So it was like that. You two are just alike. The crew jeers, both of them don't talk. And such nerd bastards. Doyle smirks. I don't care who it is between either of them. Make them talk. Then I'll reward you. The main enforcer grins menacingly, Really? Then, the girl is all right too, right? To which Doyle coolly replies, Yeah. The enforcer sneers at Aryam. If she can't talk, she can't refuse, right? Another thug grabs Aryam's arm, yanking it violently, Say something. The main enforcer invades Aryam's space, sniffing her hair. Wow, your hair smells good. Ji-John's bloodied face is a mask of cold fury as he watches. Doyle smirks, looking at Ji-John. Ji-John, what will you do now? He taunts further. Are you just gonna keep holding on like that? As Ji-John remains dangerously still, a thug grabs Aryam's chin, forcing her to look up. Just say something, hurry. From behind the tree, the classmate cries out in terror. Oh no, Aryam. The thug tightens his grip on Aryam's face. Where are you gonna use that mouth, huh? He screams at the terrified Aryam, Scream something, you bitch, as Ji-John's form blurs with rage. The thug screams in frustration as Ji-John, blurred with motion, lands a brutal punch. Ji-John stands over the down thug, who recoils from the unexpected blow. With bloody determination, Ji-John glares, shocking another nearby bully. Ji-John unleashes another devastating punch, striking the second thug squarely in the face. The second thug stumbles back as a third capped bully shouts in disbelief, what's this shit? Ji-John's fist connects with the capped bully's face in a violent explosion of force. The capped bully is sent flying, completely overwhelmed by Ji-John's sudden onslaught. A voice echoes, That's right, Ji-John. Doyle grins with manic delight, exclaiming, You're finally fighting. Ji-John, now a whirlwind of fury, charges towards Aryam, shouting, this bastard. As other thugs recoil, Ji-John shields Aryam, his bloodied face set in a grim, protective stance as she stares in shock. The enraged crew surges forward, shouting, Crush him, and fuck. Multiple thugs brutally stomp and kick Ji-John as he curls up to protect himself. One bully viciously twists Ji-John's arm, trying to subdue him. Surrounded and outnumbered, Ji-John endures the furious onslaught of Doyle's crew. Ji-John retaliates, driving a knee hard into an attacker's gut. A thug yanks Ji-John's head back violently by his hair, exposing him. Ji-John is brutally dragged backward, completely at the mercy of his assailant. Another fist barrels towards the back of Ji-John's already battered head. The punch lands with sickening force, a devastating blow to Ji-John. Another thug in a green hoodie brutally stomps down on Ji-John's already battered body. Ji-John endures the crushing weight, his face contorted in pain as the bully grinds his foot. Suddenly, a much larger enforcer roars, I'm going to end this, damn it, charging forward. But Ji-John, with a terrifyingly calm gaze, seizes the green-hoodied thug's leg, who yelps in surprise. In a swift, brutal move, Ji-John slams the thug to the ground and delivers a devastating stomp to his face. Ji-John lands, fists clenched, as the charging enforcer reels back in momentary shock. The larger enforcer quickly recovers, swinging a massive fist towards Ji-John's exposed head. His foot plants firmly, channeling all his power into the incoming blow. The enforcer's face twists with savage intent as his punch hurtles through the air. Ji-John, however, explodes upwards, intercepting with a ferocious blow to the enforcer's jaw. Ji-John's leg whips upward, a blur of motion aimed at the enforcer's jaw. The brutal kick connects, snapping the enforcer's head back with a paindick. Doyle watches with a twisted grin, muttering, "You're indeed a rare item." The enforcer staggers backward, groaning ugh from the force of Ji-John's counter. His hand clenches in agony as he lets out a choked cue. Ji-John immediately closes the distance, grappling the stunned enforcer fiercely. "You loser bastard," the enforcer roars, his face contorted in bloody fury. Ji-John, his own face shadowed and grim, raises his arms for a decisive strike. He brings both fists down like hammers, a crushing blow to the enforcer's head. Ji-John's arms tremble from the sheer force of his own devastating impact. The enforcer's world explodes as Ji-John's fists connect with brutal finality. A close-up reveals the sheer, bone-jarring impact shattering the enforcer's senses. Lifeless, the massive enforcer topples backward, utterly defeated. As Desick hits the ground, the remaining thugs stare in disbelief, one seething, "How dare he?" Ji-John, a blur of motion, immediately engages the stunned group, fist flying. His bloodied face shows grim resolve, even as another blow lands. Ji-John launches a devastating spinning kick, scattering his attackers. Doyle grins, captivated. "This is beautiful, Ji-John, who are you?" His eyes gleam with fascination. "You're far more interesting than I ever imagined." Suddenly, a desperate thug grabs Aryam, screaming at Ji-John, "Kneel, bastard, or she gets hurt." Ji-John's eyes narrow, shadowed with a terrifying intensity. He stares down the thug holding Aryam captive, a tense standoff. Aryam screams Ji-John's name, tears streaming down her face. A dangerous glint appears in Ji-John's eye, a flicker of raw power. Ji-John takes a deliberate step forward, undeterred by the threat. "Don't come closer," the thug stammers as Ji-John advances, his gaze chilling. The thug, sweating, desperately yells again, "Shit. I told you not to come closer." Aryam watches in wide-eyed terror, a bead of sweat trickling down her cheek. The desperate thug throws a wild punch, aiming for Ji-John's head. Ji-John ducks under the punch and slams a vicious elbow into the thug's chest. Ji-John's elbow connects with brutal force, his eyes blazing. The thug holding Aryam screams, Don't come CLO," as his grip falters. Ji-John follows through, smashing his fist into the thug's face with devastating power. The thug is sent reeling backward, blood spraying from the impact. Ji-John stands over the fallen thug, who stammers, "I was wrong." Another punch lands with explosive force, a brutal close-up of the impact. Ji-John's eye gleams with an eerie light, his bloodied face a mask of cold fury. Suddenly, Doyle intervenes, catching Ji-John's arm, shouting, "Stop. That's enough, Ji-John, stop it. I told you to stop." Doyle holds out a phone, saying, "Here. Take this," as Ji-John looks up from the ground. Ji-John, battered and bruised, stares as Doyle declares, "You deserve to get it back. You passed." Doyle offers Ji-John the phone, declaring, "Join our fam. I can't resist something I desire. You know?" Ji-John, panting heavily, stumbles slightly, his fist still clenched with lingering rage. A close-up shows Ji-John's blood-speckled fist, trembling from the exertion and fury. Ignoring Doyle, Ji-John begins to walk away, leaving the scene of carnage behind. Doyle, sweating and annoyed, yells after him, "What's with that gaze?" Suddenly, Ji-John spins back, launching a furious punch straight at Doyle's face. Doyle's eye widens in shock as Ji-John's fist hurtles towards him with terrifying speed. Reacting instantly, Doyle throws his arms up, barely managing to guard against the unexpected blow. Doyle successfully blocks the punch, a look of surprise etched on his face at Ji-John's audacity. Ji-John stares in disbelief, a silent, hanging in the air as Doyle stands firm after the block. Despite Doyle's guard, Ji-John's fist smashes through, a purple shockwave exploding on impact. The force of the blow sends Doyle reeling backward, blood spraying against the pink-hued sky. Doyle's bloodied face is shown from below, his eyes wide with shock as he falls. He crashes to the ground, utterly defeated, a faint hiccup escaping his lips. Ji-John takes a step forward, his sneaker prominent as he begins, "I told you." Looking down with a chilling smirk, Ji-John finishes, "To stop, didn't I?"